Alrighty, welcome guys. I am Guac from Guac Tutoring, and today I'm gonna be going through the SAT Practice Test 1 non-calculator portion for you guys. And just before we jump into that, I just want to talk about my website, um, Guac Tutoring. It's a non-profit online tutoring service that will donate all our proceeds towards the Houston Food Bank. And during this time, we just want to stay diligent, stay home, but we also want to help out in the community in any way we can. So yeah, all the proceeds are going towards the Houston Food Bank, and we are recognized by the official College Board Instagram. So I thought that was neat, so I just added it on here. And the other tutor on here, my friend David Rabelais, will be also teaching. So you can request any one of us to teach you guys or help you guys in schoolwork or anything you want. We will be adding another tutor, girl. So in case any girls want to have a girl tutor, we'll add her later. Her name is Nikita Villegas. So that will be coming soon. And if you want to take a look about us, here we have our About Us page. It's me, biography, some of our stats, David, his stats, and yeah, just wanted to let you guys know the link to the website will be down below in the description, and we also have our email listed down there, so in case you guys want to contact us that way. And yeah, let's just get started. Okay, so here we have the practice test 1 pulled up. I am using Miro, an online collaborative whiteboard. So if we do have an online session, this is what I'll be using. Both you and I can see each other's work, and it's very easy to use. So let's see. I'm gonna switch to pen mode, and I'm using a Wacom board to help write. So I'm not gonna write on the screen, so there's that. Okay, whatever. Enough gibberish. Let's go. So we have x minus 1 divided by 3 equals k, and k equals 3. So I'm gonna set k equal to 3, right? And we solve for x, so multiply 3 by 3. So we have x minus 1 equals 9, right? If you guys want to think about another way, it's basically cross multiplying, right? Set it equal each other, right? And then x minus 1 times 1. And then we just add 1, right? So to each side, solve for x, and then we have d10. Number 2, cool. So for I equals square root of -1, what's the sum? So I don't think this is very relevant. It's also in terms of I, so we're just going to add these two. So 7 plus -8, that's -1. Cancel off C and D. 3i plus 9i, that's just 12i, which is A. Okay. On a Saturday afternoon, Armand sent M messages each hour for 5 hours. Tyrone sent P messages for 4 hours. Okay, which of the following represents the total number of messages sent by Armand and Tyrone on a Saturday afternoon? So we have 5M, and for Armand, and Tyrone is 4P. And you want us to represent both. So we're going to add these, which is C, right? Because this represents Armand, this represents Tyrone. You want to know both, so you add it, okay? Kathy is a repair technician for a phone company. That's a lot of information. I'm just going to skip to the bottom. We're asking the question, what's the meaning of the value of 108? So if P equals 108 minus 23D. So P is the value that we get. 108 is a constant, 23 is the coefficient, and D is the variable. So 108 is a constant. So which one is a constant? Rate, no. Rate, no. Complete the repairs within, no, that's doesn't make any sense. B will be have 100 phones to fix. Yeah, because it's starting with, that sounds like a constant to me. I just want to go back and read it to make sure. Number of phones that she's left to fix at the end of each day. So yeah, this is how much she starts on the beginning of the week. Cool. Now I'm just gonna switch over to the mouse. So now bring it over here, and then zoom back in. Change this to the next. Oh, cool. Back to the pen mode. Okay. Which of the following equivalent expression is subtracting this? So x squared y minus x squared y. Oh, minus negative x squared y. So this becomes a positive. So it's going to be x squared y plus x squared y, which is 2x squared y. that out. Okay, so now looking at this, the difference between x squared, 8, the xy squared stuff. So which is the xy squared? This one right here, and we have this one right here. So we have minus 3xy squared. So we do that, let's just do, okay. Number 6, pediatrician using the model. I'm just gonna skip. Based on the model, what's the estimated increase in inches of a boy's height a year? So estimated increase per year, that sounds like a coefficient to me. And the only coefficient I see is 3, so I'm going to circle 3, right? Each is a keyword giveaway there. Blah, blah, blah. Skip to the question. Which the following gives P in terms of M, R, and N? So we'll solve for P based on the answer choices. So when if you have fraction, like say you have 1/2 P equals M, right? You just, to get rid of this fraction, you multiply it by its reciprocal. See how it cancels out? But once you do it to one side, you also do it to the other side. So P equals 2M. That's not the answer, that's just an example, right? So we're having this fraction here, this big old fraction. It may intimidate some of y'all, but all we have to do is just multiply it by reciprocal to get rid of it, to solve for P. So what it has, this term on top. That's not this one, that's not this one, that's not this one, that's just this one, B. Alright, pretty simple. Back over to the mouse. Slide it to the left. Zoom back in. Okay, let's go to page 3. Okay. If maybe I want to zoom this back in. Okay. If A over B equals 2, what's the value of 4BA? So we see they flipped it. So AB equals 2, so B over A equals 1/2, right? Because if 2 to 1, A over B, right? You want to flip it, B over A is just 1 over 2, okay? And times this value times 4, which is just 2, right? Okay, so we're just solving system of equations, simple enough. Ooh, let's see what we can do here. We can multiply this bottom part by 3. We can do linear combination. I'm not going to do substitution. I'm just going to cross out this and this, right? Because it comes 3x and it comes negative 3x down here, so you can cross that out. So we have 4y and then we have 6y equals, so we have negative 19 times 3, which is saying negative 20 times 3, which is negative 60, but you minus the 3, so it's negative 7. Quick mental math. And I'm just showing the work for that. On the real SAT, I wouldn't be doing this, but since I'm doing a demo, I like to put on paper so you guys can follow a little bit better. But just keep in mind, this is a time test. So on the SAT, if you do know what, if you can do mental math, I encourage you do it, instead of writing all this work out. But continuing on, this is 10y equals negative 80. Because we're just adding this, right? It's linear combination. Y equals negative 8. Where do you see that? No. Yeah, okay, B. 10. Okay. Function g defined above. That's function g of x. A is a constant, and g of 4 equals 8. So we can just plug it in. Yeah, we can plug in 4 for x. So we have 8 equals 4 squared is 16a. 16 times a, right? Plus 24. So, a is going to be equal to negative 16. 16a equals negative 16, so a is just negative 1, right? I just did a quick mental math, but remember subtract to solve for a. So we have 24, subtract this side, negative 16 equals 16a. That's how I got a equals negative 1. But now we want to find what g of negative 4 is. So we plug this back in. Negative 4 squared is still 16, but this time it's 16 times a, which is a is equal to 1. So it's negative 16 plus 24. Alright, that's going to be 8. And I guess I would show you the guys work in case you guys are lost. So if I want to solve for a down here, I subtract 24 from both sides, right? So that's going to be negative 16 equals 16a. Right, a equals negative 1. Plugs back in, negative 4 squared, which is 16 times negative 1 plus 24. Okay, that's how I got 8. And In the equation above, B and C represent the price per pound in dollars. Skip. What was the price per pound of beef when it was equal to the price per pound of chicken? So we have set these two equal to each other. So this is equal to 1.75 plus 0.4x. Okay. So for x, so minus 0.25 from each side. So it's going to be 2.35 equals 1.75 plus 0.15x minus 1.75. That's going to be 0.6 equals 0.15x. X equals 4. Sorry for that handwriting. Oh, we're going to plug this back in because we want to know what the price is when they're equal. So x is the amount of pounds when they're equal. So that's $1, 4 times 0.25, right? Plus 2.35 is just $3. Cool. So line passes through the origin, has a slope of this, which is the point of the line. So we draw the graph, origin, right? So rise over run, so we rise 1, run 7, so that's going to be over here. That's 7, 1, right? But you don't have that. But we have 14 over 2. So we're going to go up 1 and over 7 again, which is just 14 over 2. Okay. Cool. Nope, I did not change. Okay. X is greater than 3, which is a following equivalent. So I'm assuming we're just gonna simplify this basically. That's what they're asking us to do. Okay, so if we want to simplify fractions, remember we want to have a common denominator, okay? So how do we get 1 over x plus 2 to have a common denominator with 1 over x plus 3? You multiply each by the other term. So let me show you. 1 times x plus 2 times x plus 3, right? What you're doing bottom, you're doing top to keep it the same, right? So they cancel out to 1, so you're not really changing the value of it, okay? And then the other term, which is 1 times x plus 3, but this time we're going to not multiply by x plus 3, we're going to multiply by x plus 2, because you want the same term on the bottom, right? And that's going to be, when you're doing bottom, you're doing top, right? So then we have x plus 3 plus x plus 2, which is just 2x plus 5, right? Over x plus 3 times x plus 2, which is just x squared plus 5x plus 6. 1 over that, and if we have 1 over a fraction, it's just its reciprocal. So it's just x squared plus 5x plus 6, which is not that. So B, I think, because I can't really see it. I think it's B. Let me move it. Yeah, B. Okay. And you guys are confused how I simplified that. It's saying like 1 over 1/2, right? When you divide by a fraction, you multiply it by reciprocal. So this is equal to 1 times 2 over 1, which is saying 1 times 2, right? Okay, 14. What is about you? 8x divided by 2 to the power. We have to change, in order to subtract the exponents, we have to have the same base, right? So how can we have 8 to the x have the same base as 2? Well, 8 to 8 is the same thing as saying 2 cubed, right? That's equal to 8. So 2 cubed to the x, which is, and we have exponents raising exponent, we just multiply the exponents, right? It's one of the exponent rules the SAT wants you to know. So it's just 2 to the 3x over 2 to the y. And now with the same base, we can divide, subtract the exponents when we divide. It's 2 to 3x minus y, right? And we said 3x minus y is given here, it's 12. So 2 to the 12. A. Oh. What are the possible values of C? Okay. So I'm Okay, I'm gonna multiply this together and see what happens. ABX squared plus 7AX plus 2BX plus 14, okay? Equals to that. The constants will cancel out. And we know AB, okay, so since this is the only x squared term, AB must equal 15. So AB equals 15. It says AB, A plus B equals 8. So then that means if we solve for A equals 8 minus B, right? We plug that into here. So 8 minus B times B. That's just, I'm gonna move my work down here. Follow me. 8B minus B squared equals 15. We can make this quadratic, such as B squared minus 8B plus 15. B equals 3 and 5, right? I just did a quick math, but you want to factor it out. Just B minus 3 times B minus 5, right? Because we have I can go over factoring in another video, but for the purpose of this video, just trust me, B equals 3 and 5, right? Okay, so what's the value of C? Okay, so if B equals, let's say B equals 5, that means A must equal 3, right? So if B equals 5, A must equal 3 because B plus A equals 8. So if A equals 3, that becomes 21x, right? And B equals 5, that becomes 10x. So what's 10 plus 21? 31. Which other answer has 31 in here? B. And I can do vice versa and have B equals 3 and A equals 5. It's going to be the same results, right? Okay, I think so. This is the last page yet. Oh, cool. Yeah, last page. Finish strong. And value of t when t is greater than 0. So we have a difference in squares. You guys should have the difference in squares memorized. T plus 2 plus t minus 2. So that's going to be t equals 2 and negative 2. We'll want to have t is greater than 0, so t equals 2. Summer camp. Okay, what is the value of x? Where's x? Here. Okay, that's a lot of information out here. A, B, E, B, B, D, and C, D. So A, B is 1800, E, B is 1400, B, D is 700. Okay, let's find out. A, B is 1800, E, B is 1400, B, D is 700, C, D is 800. What? Okay, so we know this angles are the same. I forgot what it's called. Vertex angles? Vertice angles? I think it was vertice angles. And that's, yeah, not vertex, what am I thinking? Vertice angles. And these angles are the same because it's marked as congruent. That means these angles must also be the same. So these triangles are congruent. So what's value of x? So let's find the proportion of the triangles. So 800 to x is equal to, let's match one of the sides. Let's do this side 1800 to this side over here. Oh, they don't give us that. We can do the other side then. 1400 to 700. So 700. As you can see, proportion, we just multiply it by 2 to get to 1400. So x equals 1800. 1600, my bad. Cool. Value of x. So let's just solve for, let's get rid of y, linear combination once again. So it's negative 2x minus 2y equals 18. Then you add that to x, add this bottom equation right here to this equation. So it becomes negative x, y's cancel out. Then you add 25, or negative 25 equals, oh, negative 7, what am I doing? Okay, x equals 7. Keep moving. Trick. Sine x equals 4 over 5, and what is... Okay, so one of the trig identities you guys might want to learn is sine x is the same thing as saying cosine 90 minus x, right? This is equal to some trig identity, cosine theta minus whatever, right? I think it was from like cosine u minus b, where u and b are angles. And how they solved this was they gave a whole property. I can list it out here, but I'm not going to. But basically, there's a proof saying why this is equal to each other, and you learn this in pre-cal. So if you guys don't want to learn the entire trig property, you could just try to memorize this, and it goes the opposite way too, like cosine x equals sine x, sine 90 minus x. It goes both ways. So these are the same thing, so it just forfeits. What's the value of x? Oh, it's double this, so we have double the a, so 10 root 2 equals root 2x. I'm going to square this. Square each side becomes 100, right? 100 squared times root 2 times root 2 squared is just 200. 2, but 2 times 100 is 200, right? 200 equals, this cancels out the square root down there, 2x. X equals 100, right? Divide each side by 2. And there you have it. The SAT non-calc practice test 1. That's the demo. And that's just how I would use the Miro online whiteboard. It's very easy to use, very flexible, and I can screen share this to the other person. So I hope you guys liked the video, and again, if you want to check out my website, I'll leave a link in the description. Again, it's a non-profit. All proceeds will go towards Houston Food Bank, because I volunteered there, and yeah, they need all the help they can get. They have military members volunteering there for us, so yeah, we're just trying to help out. Again, me, David, we'll be happy to teach you guys anything you want. Subjects, math, SAT, geometry, algebra, pre-calculus, first grade, any grade level we can do. Just let us know. Anyways, alright, peace out.